race. Every decision got a price to it. Thought it was light, now his life through it. Took what he couldn't never give back. Now he walking through the flame, can't track his steps. Every decision got
What
a
up,
price
though?
to it.
This your boy Los up in the building,
Trying
trying to do good things for the women and children. That's my call sign. Holla at you, boy. There was a brother that I used to stay with my uncle, brother. It's kind of hard to explain, but my brother, I used to stay with him over there on Dexter and Tuxedo. And I was walking down Dexter, I guess some little rib joint or what have you, some place over there to get something to eat. And I saw this guy. He had, I thought it was like Villalago or something, because he had the pigments of his skin was kind of peeled off. And I was like, oh man, that's wild. I was wondering what happened to him. And then he just told me the story. And the story of his life was, how did he get into that position? Kind of like he was dark skinned, but there's white splotches, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like there was like something that happened to him. He said he got caught in the fire. I'm like, oh man, wow, that's terrible. But then he told me the story of how he got caught in that fire. And how he got caught in that fire is that he stole some money from the dope man, from Big Time, from the guy who was Big Time at the time. And he got his brother involved in the actual act of stealing and they found out who did it. And in doing so, they took him up over in these abandoned buildings. And in these abandoned buildings, which was over in that area, anybody that lived over there actually know the story. They know who did it and they know who. So I'm not going to go into that. But it was him and his brother. They took him in one room. They took his brother in another room. And while he was sitting, they set his brother on fire. He's like, since you did it, I'm gonna let you hear what's about to happen to you. So he kind of heard his brother kicking and screaming in the other room. And he didn't know what was happening. He kind of thought it was more of they was just kind of beating him up or something to that effect, just kind of punishing him for stealing. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, maybe he can survive. But all of a sudden there was no more screaming, right? And then they come into his room, to the room that he was in. And then they threw gasoline on this guy and set him on fire. And in setting my brother on fire, he ended up jumping out of a window and, he kind of crawled into the street and, and they actually put him out. They got him to a hospital, but he's forced to live with the fact that his brother ended up dying. He ended up living, but he's walking in a living hell because he was responsible for it, because it was his decision to do something. And his brother really had nothing to do with the idea other than just looking up to his brother and want to support him in whatever it is he did, and unfortunately, he went on home, but now I haven't seen the guy in quite some time, so I don't know where he is. I don't know where we can find him. But it was over in that hood. It was in the area where the gangs ran that area pretty tough. And them cats, it was making money, but they didn't play. And that's he walking and living in his own virtual hell when the decision that he made cost his brother his life. This was what Hoodistry is about, telling your story. I want to capture that story and I want to tell it to the people and give it a platform. This your boy Los. I'm up in the building. I'm trying to do good things for the women and children. That's my call sign. Holla at your boy.
This isn't got a price to it. Can't outrun what your mind do with it. He stole for the wrong man, now he fell. Buried in the weight of it, living in hell. Next day, news flash, man on screen. Face look familiar from a halfway dream. Boss man watching in a leather chair. Quiet voice, that's my brother there. Bag had more than some cash, and it had names, routes. Whole plans, and if phone ping door burst red lights. He ran out the back, heard freeze in the night. One shot, bright spark, then it all slow. Blood warm, cold ground, sky closed. Last thing he saw was his mama cry.